Welcome to the third and final preview of racing tomorrow. We're looking at the Morphettville and Doomben cards. Just look at the best bets and best each way plays. If you haven't checked out already, go and have a look at my Randwick and Moonee Valley previews in the previous videos. Now, looking straight to Morphettville, we're going into race number 1. And it's a 2014 metre race, benchmark 82. Now, I like a horse called number 3, Flow Meter here. Now, Stephen Forky, the forklift, as everyone likes to call him, he's been a bit of a happy jockey for me in this segment. He's got a couple over the line for us at Morphettville the last couple of weeks, so I'm happy to go with him here again. Just steps back to the 2,000 metres here, which I think might suit a little bit more. It's been racing in good company. Last time out it was 6.4 lengths off more than ever, but and then prior to that it was beaten by Future Score, and prior to that it was only beaten 0.4 length by Shooting the Mob at Flemington at big odds on that occasion. So for me, it's been racing some decent company. If it returns that sort of form it was showing a couple of starts ago, it can definitely win this race. And going around at $4.40, I'm happy to have it on top in race number 1 at Morphettville. So race number 1, number 3, Flow Meter with the forklift in the saddle for us. So race number 1, number 3, Flow Meter, $4.40 the win. Happy to have it on top in the first. In the second at Morphettville as well, I don't need to go too far there. I like number 2, Tatouche here for Will Clark, and this horse coming off a Madura Cup performance a couple of weeks ago, actually this time last week in fact. So a quick backup here. Prior to that it was only beaten 2.4 lengths by Arrow Lane, and that was of course I put that on top that day, so it was happy to get that salute. But I think this horse can return to form here coming back to Morphettville. Is mapped to get a really good run. I think it'll sit just in behind the speed and can finish over all too hooing late and score at nice odds of $4.20. So race number 2, number 2, Tatouche at $4.20. Race number 3, number 7, Yulong June. I think this horse paying $2, and it was a really smart win last time out at Morphettville on the Parks track. Beat More Than Exceed on that occasion. It was a sensational win, right down the bottom of the weights. Tony McAvoy and Brand Force have been absolutely flying at the moment, so happy to go on their train again. So it's paying $2, but I think it'll be really hard to beat. So it's race number 3, number 7, Yulong June at $2. Again, race number 4. So we've got a pretty, I really do like the first 4 races at Morphettville, and I like number 4, Free Hearted here for Travis Doodle. This horse is coming off a 6th place by Miss Iono at Caulfield last start. That was back in the 29th of June. And on that occasion, that horse, of course, has since come out and run well since. So the form line's pretty good out of that. Prior to that was 2.8 lengths off Gong. So I think that's really good form coming this race here at Morphettville. And I expect it to run a really good race with Georgina Cartwright's 2 kilo claim, bring it down to 52 kilos. So it'll be hard to beat. Race number 4, Free Hearted at $3.30. Looking on here now, this horse is my best each way play at Morphettville, and it's paying huge odds. And it's number 11, Villanelle, and it's Liam Riordan's 2 kilo claim brings down 53.5. It's paying $41 and $8 a place. Now, last time out it was back on the 10th of June at Mornington. Was beaten by Sizzle Fly on that occasion, but that race was rated really well. There's some really good runs out of that race, and I just think it's had a bit of a spell since. This horse just was never on the track of that occasion, but I just want to give it a bit of a chance. I do think it has a bit of ability. It's got really low in the weights. Then Troy Corsons have clearly targeted this race here at Morphettville and have brought it over for a reason. So I think I'm just happy to have it at the $40 odds. I think it's got a bit of ability. Now, if it can show that, which I think it might have in that space between runs, we might see a good horse here. So $41 odds, $8 a place. It was number 11, Villanelle, in race number 5 at Morphettville. Race number 6, I like number 9, Rosethorn. This horse, again, Bryn Vorster and Tony McAvoy were looking at here. There was a really good debut performance at Morphettville back in the 6th of February. Since then, it's had a spell and it had a good trial leading into this at Murray Bridge. I expected a 5 first up again as Maps to get a really good run of the race, a lot of speed on. Should be able to swoop over the top of them late. So that's race number 6, number 9, Rosethorn at $3 the win. Race number 7, I like number 2, Lord Sundowner in this race for Mick Price and Mick Kent Jr. This horse is coming off a 4th place behind Jury Jack last time out. The format of that race at Bendigo is really good. And then prior to that was beaten by Life of Waldo on the Ballarat Synthetic, carried 6.5 kilos on that occasion. But I just think this horse is mapped to get a pretty good run behind Nudge Bar and Esposito. And It's just sort of going to sit off the inside barrier. Just think each way play. It's a pretty good price to take at $8 the win and $2.30 the place. That's race number 7, number 2 Lord Sundowner at Morphettville. And then the final race of the cards, we've gone each one in each race. We're looking at number 1 Bayou on top for $3.20. I think this horse can resume off the back of last time out where it finished 1.1 lengths off Toolbar in a much stronger company race. It loves running this track. So it's 7 starts on the track, 2 wins, 3 placings. It doesn't mind the heavy going if we get on that heavy range. It's soft tracks, that's pretty good as well. So I think Keilau's 3 kilo claim, bring it down to 56 kilos, will suit nicely here. So that's race number 9, number 1 Bayou at $3.20. So that's the Morphettville card. And done it again. I'll tell you what, it wouldn't be one of my videos without doing that, would it? Look, now moving on to Doomben here, looking early in the card. Look, race number 1, I've found a horse here, number 3, Happy 3000. This horse came off a debut win at Sunshine Coast for a beat Go Deep on that occasion. Thought it was a really nice win. I think a win again here. It's been extremely well backed. It's $6 in a $2.70. I'm happy to have it on top in race number 1 at Doomben and get us off to a great start there. So that's race number 1. Number 3, Happy 2000 at $2.70. Race number 2, I like number 4, Miss Shanty at $4.60. This horse chased home really nice by Borrows on last time out. I think you can turn the tables here on it. It's gets a slight weight. Sorry, hang on. They both get a bit of weight relief, but I think stepping up in distance will suit Miss Shanty, so I'm happy to have it on top at $4.60 in comparison to Borrows on's $2.50. So that's race number 2, number 4, Miss Shanty. Then moving on now into race number 3, I did like the chances of number 3, Kim Alicia. This horse obviously was a little bit disappointing last time out, where it was on the speed and it just got beaten by Starla Michelin at Eagle Farm. But prior to that, it was a really good win being Spurious. So I think this horse can improve off of that, and it paying nice odds here. This is a good each way play, $8.50 and $2.70 the place. That's number 3, Kim Alicia. In race number 3 at Doomben. Race number 4 here, I do like a horse called number 9, Power Command each way here for Chris Lees and Larry Cassidy in the saddle. I thought it was a pretty good run by Tanico last time out at Randwick. That was back in the 20th of July, comes back on top of the ground here, where obviously ran on soft track last time out. Runs pretty nice in these conditions, so down the weights, only carrying the 54 kilos. I think this horse is a really nice each way play at $6.50 and $2.30 the place. So that's race number 4, number 9, Power of Command at $6.50 and $2.30 the place. Moving on now into race number 5. Now I like a horse called number 2, Aquavit in this race for trainers S. Morrissey, and this horse let me get that back up for a second. Always having this thing crash on me, so sorry about that. I really do apologise. Moving on into race number 4 it was. Yep. Race number 5, number 2, Aquavit. So as I was mentioning just before, this horse has been a little disappointing last couple of starts, but finished 3.2 off looks like Elvis last time out, who ran really well yesterday at Coffs Harbour, and a good race there. Prior to that was 6.4 lengths off Red Colour, but the key here is those runs have been on, the last one was on a good track and the previous was on a heavy. I think that last start performance was not too bad, and I think this horse can get a lot of improvement off of that. If you have a look at this race, there's not a whole lot of speed in it, so I think if it can sit close enough, it might just better give them, better get over the top of them late. So again, at each way play at $12 a win and $3.50 the place. It's number 2, Aquavit. Into race... Yeah, in a race number 6 here, Jesus. I do like the chances of number 4, Sienna Rose. I think this horse for Stephen O'Day can run a really good race. It was really good last time out. It's only half length off Sparky Lad, and third up here. Comes back into the good going, which I think will improve upon. So I like to have it on top. The race number 6, Sienna Rose at $3.30 the win, and even $1.60 the place is not too bad to take if you want to look that way there. Looking into race number 7 now, I like the chances of number 16, Veronese here for Chris Waller, and with Robbie Fradd in the saddle. It resumes off a bit of a break here. Had a good trial leading in, was only 1.3 off impasse. I think it can run a good race here. Obviously, it won first up, getting its maiden out last prep, and then it went to Doomben. It was just beaten by Buck Bay, and it was really consistent last a couple of months ago, and I think it can return to form here. It's paying $6.50 the place, $2.60. $6.50 the win, $2.50 the place. I think it can run a good race. Another horse in that race I do want to make mention of is number 13 AC Tong D, starting for the new trainer. This, of course, is a former Waterhouse and Bott, and this horse was pretty good. Racing some decent company, racing a Group 3 behind Orothea last time out. Just think for the new stable, it might run a good race. It was a pretty good trial leading into this, actually. So just want to have something each way on that as well. It's race number 7, number 13, AC Tong D at $15 a win and $4.80 the place. I think can give us a bit of a good sight there. Race number 8, I like number 7, Sort of Justice for Jimmy Byrne in the saddle. This horse is also resuming. Look, it ran some pretty good company last time out. It was finished in a race by an order again. It beat First Crush in a listed race at Doomben. So it steps back in class. This is obviously an open race here, but I think it can just get a nice run in the race off the inside barrier. I think Jimmy Byrne's absolutely flying at the moment. He's getting a lot of winners. So I think this horse can run good race, some odds as well. $9.50 and $3.10 the place. That's race number 8, number 7, Sort of Justice. Final race of the card at Doomben. I like a horse called Allback, number 7, Ryan Maloney in the saddle for Chris Wyler. This horse was only just narrowly beaten by Snitch last time out at Doomben. Comes back on top of the ground, loves running at this track. 3 wins for the 3 starts for 1 win, 2 placings. I think it can improve. $4.40 and $1.90 the place. That's race number 9, number 7, Allback. So there's my the ones that I like at odds and best bets at Morphettville and Doomben. Check out the Randwick and Moonee Valley previews if you haven't done so already. And happy punting tomorrow, and good luck, and thanks for following.